Hi, welcome to this session on gate questions on the topic push-down automata. First of all, I will introduce myself. I am Dr. M. Geeta, working as professor in the Department of Information Technology, SA Engineering College, Chennai. Today I am going to deliver some gate questions which are related to the topics push-down automata first, then language accepted by push-down automata, context-free grammar, followed by configuration of push-down automata, then deterministic push-down automata, finally non-deterministic push-down automata. Let us see some questions first. The first question is, see the question, which of the following languages accepted by a push-down automata? Before seeing this question, first I would like to tell about what is push-down automata. It is a recognizer which will accept some input strings from the language and check whether that those strings are accepted by the push-down automata or not with the help of stacks. This is the difference between push-down automata and finite automata. With the help of finite automata, we can see that whether some strings which are related to the push-down automata or not, the same can be accomplished by push-down automata with the help of stack. That's the difference between push-down automata and stack. Without stack, we can do some performances of verifying strings which are belongs to the language or not by the finite automata, and with the help of stack, here we are verifying that those strings are accepted or not. Now see the question. Question is, which of the following languages accepted by a push-down automata? They have given some options here. I already told you that with the help of stack. So how this kind of verification will be actually verified by the automata as whenever we are seeing the characters, so this is the language right answer. First let us consider this option first. First it will accept number of A's, then followed by number of B's. Whenever A comes, this is the machine which will accept number of A's and all those A's will be pushed into the stack. Then whenever the first B comes, the equivalent A will be popped, and which means that actually it has matched one number of B with the equivalent A. In that way, it will verify that whatever comes after first B, all the B's will be coming hereafter. So all the B's will be matched with the number of A's. Then only finally number of B's will be matched with the A's. Finally, we will be getting the empty stack. This is the state of announcing the result as number of A's are equal to number of B's. In that way, the verification will be verified by the push-down automata. So see the other inputs here. Number of A's followed by number of B's, then followed by number of C's. So how this will be accepted by push-down automata is, here we have one finite tape and one more stack here. So only the two characters easily we can verify. So what about the third one? Obviously we have to accept as it is, so that A is not an answer here. Come to C, W reverse. So whatever comes up to first W, it has to accept, and those characters that should be pushed into the stack side. So after completing W, the reverse of W will be coming. So all the reverse characters will be verified by the push-down automata after reaching this midpoint. But here the problem is, how we'll be able to know about the midpoint? So that's the problem. So in that reason, C is not an answer. Then come to D. D, here we have three different characters: I number of A's, J number of B's, and K number of C's. So how it will be verified? We should have two characters, at least equal number of counts. Here I, J, K are different counts, so that the D is not an answer. So that number of A's are equal to number of B is an answer for this question. So in that way, equal number of characters will be verified. So that reason, push-down automata is used to verify that open number of parentheses and close number of parentheses for the case of parentheses verification, easily verified by push-down automata. Then let us move on to the next question. So see the question, which of the following statements is true about deterministic and non-deterministic push down automata? Here they have listed some options. Directly we can see the answer first. I will justify the answer, then we will go to the remaining options and I will tell you that why those are not correct answers. See the here answer is, every language recognized by deterministic push down automata can also be recognized by a non-deterministic automata. So if you find out DPDA, definitely the NPDA will accept the same language which will be accepted by DPDA. So that the answer is, if the strings which will be accepted by deterministic push down automata, that also be accepted by non-deterministic automata. So see the other answers. So this is for justification of why B answer is right. Then move on to the other options. See the first one, A, every language recognized by a non-deterministic PDA can also be recognized by DPDA. This is for right statement, but the thing is, while converting non-deterministic push down automata into DPDA, this option is right, but the language is accepted by DPDA also be accepted by non-deterministic PDA. For considering this second one, A is not an answer. Then come to the third one, the set of languages recognized by DPDA is a superset of NPDA. That is also not correct one. Then go to the last one, deterministic and non-deterministic PDAs recognize exactly the same set of languages. So we know that while reading the fourth one, this is also not correct one. So that the answer is, if you have DPDA, obviously NPDA is possible. Then move on to the next question. Consider the following language: A par N. This is what A par N, B par M, C par N. Both N and M are greater than or equal to 0. What type of automata can recognize this language? So you want to find out what type of automata this is. So they have given list of push down automata. You want to see that A par N, B par M, C par N. Here number of A's which is equal to number of C's. So what about while considering B, we have to accept as it is. So that this is a non-deterministic push down automata. I will tell you that why this is non-deterministic, because of M number of B's. If suppose you have A par N, C par N only we have, in that situation this is deterministic push down automata. Only A's and C's are available. We can verify that how the number of A's are equal to number of C's. But here along with A's and C's, B is present. We have to think that what we have to do for while considering B, we have to accept as it is, because M is different, N is different. So we want to accept M number of B's, whatever the count comes, we have to accept as it is. That is the reason this is non-deterministic push down automata. So the answer is non-deterministic push down automata. This is not Turing machine. Also this is not finite automata, and this is not deterministic. Already I told you that when it will be deterministic push down automata, only we have A's and C's, because both A's and C's are equal number of counts here. So in that situation it will be deterministic push down automata. For consider the case of A's, B's and C's, this is non-deterministic automata, push down automata. Then move on to the next question. So next is, which of the following is not a valid transition for a push down automata? So the transition, how here the transition will be coming is, whenever we are seeing a character from the, whenever we are reading a character from the input file, it has to either push into the stack or pop from the stack. This is the action always it has to do for the case of while accepting input characters. But see the options here. directly I will move on to the answer. Read an input symbol without modifying the stack. So actually they have asked about which is not a valid transition. I told you that either it has to do push operation or pop operation. Here see the list of options. Read an input symbol, push a symbol. So according to my statement, A is right. Then go to second one, read an input symbol, pop a symbol from the stack. So according to me, B is also right. Then go to the third, read an input symbol, replace the top of the stack. So this is what how the push operation will be carried out by the push down automata. Then go to the last one, read an input symbol without modifying the stack. So this is not a valid statement. So they are asking about which is not a valid transition for push down automata. So the answer is read an input symbol without modifying the stack is not a valid statement. So go to the next one. A push down automata is used to recognize a language that requires the stack. We know that to remember an unbounded number of characters. Which is of the following languages most likely to recur such a PDA? So it has to accept unbounded number of characters. Stack has to accept. So which of the following languages is mostly like to recur such a PDA? So for this case, A power n, B power m. So already I told you that both the characters should have the equal number of counts here. Then only we can perform the operations of push and pop here, but both are different. So A is not the answer. While coming to the W reverse, we know that number of characters which are present in W which is equal to W reverse also. So this can be possible here. Then go to the C option, A closure, B closure, which means that any number of A's and any number of B's followed by any number of B's, but they are not telling about how many number of A's and how many number of B's, and also they are not telling that whether equal number of A's or equal number of B's. So the only thing is they have given a number of A's followed by number of B's. They have not actually telling that how many and all. So that C is not also an answer. Then go to the last, A power n, B power n, where n is greater than or equal to 0, n is odd. So already I told you that the even can be actually easily verified, but while coming to the odd number of characters, which will not be accepted by push down automata. So that the answer is W reverse. Next is, which of the following language is not context free language, therefore cannot be accepted by any push down automaton? So see the languages here. A power m, I'll take a pen now, just a minute. Yeah. So see the language, A power n, B power m, C power n. Here these two are equal number of characters. So we can design push down automata for this language, and for this language A power n, B power n both are having equal number of characters. So push down automaton is possible here. For the case of this one, A power I, B power j, C power k, all are different numbers. So here for this case, whatever comes for A, whatever comes for B, whatever comes for C, we have to accept as it is. For the case of B, here this is an answer here. Why this is an answer is A power n, B power n, C power n. So they are telling that number of A's are equal to B's, also C's. Here we have to verify that the A which should be equal to B's and C's, or while considering B we have to verify that A's and C's, also while considering C we have to verify that A's and B's. So in that way we have to verify that all the three characters having same number of counts or not, so that this is not a context free language. So for this case we want to move on to the Turing machine. Then now let us move on to the next question. Next is consider a PDA that has one stack. Which of the following operations cannot be performed directly by a single transition of push down automata? Whatever we are seeing, from the input file, push a symbol onto the stack. Either we can able to perform the operation, push operation or pop operation. So this is possible here. Then while coming to the B, pop a symbol from the stack. So this is also an operation. This is possible here. Then coming to the C, read an input symbol and do nothing. Sometimes we can maintain the top of the stack as it is. So either we can perform push operation or pop operation, or we can maintain stack as it is. So that C is also will be considered as operation here. Then while coming to the D, push two symbols onto the stack. So actually this is not possible here. So D is an answer for the question, which cannot be performed directly by a single transition of a push down automata. Then let us move on to the next one. For which of the following languages would a deterministic push down automata be sufficient for recognition? See the answers. A parent, B parent, C parent is not a context free language. So A is not an answer because we cannot design a push down automata for the language A. Then while coming to A parent, B parent, for this case actually they have asked about deterministic push down automata. But while coming to A parent, B parent, non-deterministic push down automata is enough to actually solve the problem of A parent, B parent. But while coming to C, here WW reverse, for the case of WW reverse, non-deterministic push down automata is possible, since actually they have not mentioned that the midpoint of language, WW reverse, they have not mentioned, so that we should be coming under non-determinism. So for the case of D, A par I, B par J, C par K, all are different. So that D is also not an answer, but here B is answer. Deterministic, they are asking about deterministic A parent, B parent. Already I told you that non-deterministic push down automata is possible for the case of B. Here only two characters they have given, so that deterministic, according to the question, deterministic push down is also possible for A parent, B parent. For the case of WW reverse, non-deterministic push down automata is possible. For the case of A, push down automata is not possible. So the answer is B is an answer. A parent, B parent is actually suitable for deterministic push down automata. Then move on to the next question. Which of the following best describes the stack behavior of push down automata when recognizing a context free language? Directly I will move on to the answer. The stack is used to store and compare symbols to check for balanced parentheses or matching patterns. Initially actually I told you that push down automata which will be useful for verifying that the number of open parentheses and the closed parentheses. In that way the open parentheses will be actually verified with the closed parentheses. Whenever open parenthesis comes into the scenario, all those will be stored in the stack. Whenever closed parenthesis comes, all the closed parentheses will be matched with the open parentheses. Finally, if you don't have any symbols at the side of stack, which means that number of open parentheses are equal to number of closed parentheses. So actually push down automata is designed for that purpose. So the answer, stack is used to store. So whenever open parenthesis comes, which will be stored in a stack and compared with the closed parentheses, finally we will be getting the result, number of open parentheses are equal to number of closed parentheses. So B is answer. So we will see some other options here. The stack is used to count the number of characters in the input string. So this is not a this is not a right one. Then go to the C. The stack must always be empty for the PDA to accept this string. Actually, while designing this machine, the stack will be coming with the bottom marker. So this is not an empty initially. So go to the last one. The stack is used to simulate the behavior of a Turing machine. This is also not right one. So the answer is B is an answer. Let us move on to the last question. This is a question about, they are asking false statement. Which of the following statements about push-down automata and context-free languages is false? So see the first answer. Every deterministic push-down automata has an equivalent non-deterministic push-down automata. We have seen one question about the first statement. So if you have a deterministic PDA, then obviously we'll be getting non-deterministic push-down automata. Then go to the next statement. Every context-free language can be recognized by some PDA. This is also right. Then go to the last one. A PDA can use its stack obviously to check for palindromes of even length. So this is also right answer. Then go to the C. The statement C is saying that the language L equal to A par n, B par m, C par n. Here both B's and C's are equal. Then using pushdown automata, we can verify that whether B's are equal to C's or not. What about this A? So if you have both B's and C's means we can design DPDA. But along with that, they have mentioned about number of A's. So obviously we cannot design DPDA, so that this statement is actually wrong. So this is the answer for this question. And now we are in the end of this session. I have completed some questions which are related to pushdown automata. First of all, thank you for watching this session. We will continue on the next session. Thank you.